There's lots of people that have their own reasons of why they do things. It's people's motives aren't always apparent. People hide things. They hide their issues. They might be dealing with depression. They might be dealing with anxiety disorders. Those are things I see every day at my job as a psychiatry PA. And I just wanted to explore and humanize that two-dimensional character and in relation to the other two.
Well, that's very interesting. I can certainly say that much as you described in watching some of these movies myself on Hallmark in the past, it's always been just like you explained, where the antagonist is clearly antagonistic and the protagonist is clearly there to be this hero. And we never really dive into the other side of the person. We never dive into the antagonist to see what makes that person tick, what's so different, why are they this way, and those sorts of things, which I think is a beautiful perspective to bring to the table. Now, I've read The Peppermint Dog, and there are a lot of great nuggets inside of your book. And what would you say is the main message that you would like your readers to get out of the book? Like I said, I know there are several things that can be grabbed in reading The Peppermint Dog, but what would you say, as the author of The Peppermint Dog, is the main message that you would like your readers to get?
The main message is to give people the benefit of the doubt that you don't know, you never know what's really going on in someone else's life unless you ask them. And even then, they may not tell you the whole truth because they don't feel comfortable telling you. They may not completely trust you, or they may feel that they'll let you down by letting you know the truth about what's going on. So I explore the different conflicts. It's not just the antagonist that has these conflicts, but the new boyfriend also has conflicts too. He realizes that he just met this person, and this person, Joan, who likes him immediately, apparently love at first sight, but she doesn't really know him. And he wonders if he can measure up to this image that she's made of him as the perfect boyfriend. And throughout the story, he tries to live up to that. And he keeps falling, and it makes him explore that what am I really doing here? Do I really care about this person? Was it just just Christmas fun? Am I really committed to carrying this out? Um, so the main point is to kind of analyze what, or actually not try to analyze, but not not analyze what people are doing, to just give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't come up with these scenarios in your head. Oh, he's purely selfish, he's purely evil, or she's purely driven by love. Everyone has these different motivations behind their actions, which may be good or bad, but you don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Give people the benefit of the doubt before you pass judgment. Give them the benefit of the doubt. One of the things that I've learned in being in court for some time in the past was for different things. Okay, just to clarify that. But being in court, I was in there for divorce whenever I was going through a divorce with my ex-wife. And one of the things that I learned about when a judge gives a judgment, it's final. And unfortunately, what happens a lot of times with people is they cast judgment, and that judgment becomes final. And that's where we have to reserve our judgment. We have to be able to slow down, get all of the facts, get all of the evidence before we cast judgment. This is where, like you were saying, give the benefit of the doubt. This is in court, we would call that gathering evidence or getting the facts. And so, as we start to build that picture up and we're able to see, okay, is this person somebody that can be trusted? Is this somebody that I actually love? Or is this just a fling? Is this just the fact that I'm feeling lonely right now around the holidays? Or is this real? And as we're doing those things, we're not casting judgment at all in those moments. We're giving the other person the benefit of the doubt. That person should be doing the same in turn. And when we are both ready, when or if there are other parties involved for whatever reason, such as like not a romantic relationship, when it is time to actually cast judgment, we could do so from a perspective that is in a much healthier place than just that initial contact. I love that, Omar. Now, listen, I have a fun question for you. I'd love to ask authors this because, as the author, as the creator of the Peppermint Dog, I feel like people like to know this. Readers want to know. They want to be able to get inside the mind of the author, right? So, what would you say, Omar, in your opinion, as the author of the Peppermint Dog, in your opinion, what would you say is the best chapter in the book?
I think that the best chapter in the book is right near the end. Not to give too much away, but there is a big fight. It's very over the top and obviously meant to be comedic. But it involves Joan's past because she's, to give too much away, but she has done this before, where she's lost interest in someone and found interest in someone else and left someone hurting in the past. And so a group of these past exes get together to try to sabotage her newest relationship. And there's just an over-the-top fight at Christmas Eve, where there's just I don't know how to explain it. It's I guess I would say it becomes very cartoonish, but on purpose, just to be funny.
Nice, nice. So towards the end, awesome. I love it. I love it. All right. Now, I understand that you have a small snippet of your book that you prepared that you would like to read to the audience listening in today. I want to give you a couple of minutes to read that little passage or that snippet from your book for us. And I believe that's going to help people to get a better idea, a better feel for the Peppermint Dog. So, Omar, go ahead and read that snippet for us.
Okay, just a little background. This is a little passage spoken by a minor character named Aaron. I based him on a really good friend of mine who's a preacher, and what he says is another central message of the Peppermint Dog. He gives a little speech at a student gathering. He says, "As future medical professionals, we know human anatomy, right? So a core concept for us is that the human body has many types of organs, tissues, and cells. Obviously, these organs, tissues, and cells don't do all the same thing. Lungs, for example, are for gas exchange. Bones are for structure and mineral storage. Muscles are for movement. So many different functions, but all our parts come together to make a functional human body. This is the image that we read in Scripture. Christians are organs, tissues, even cells of a body called the church. And just like the parts of the human body, each part needs the others. No one is superior or standalone." And I guess that really is the message, that everybody here in this story is important in their own way. Joan, as the prime protagonist, isn't always in the right, and she can't. What she did to her ex-boyfriend impacted him in a certain way, but he's important in his own way too. He wasn't just two-dimensional. And then the boyfriend that she's seeing now, he has his own feelings and desires and plans, and she's trying to conform him into her image. But something that they all find out is that they all play a different part and are all part of a bigger picture.